Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Vickie's Country Home. More projects today. I still have a whole bunch of these Mutsu apples that I bought when we went to Apple Hill in California. We have eaten a bunch. We've probably gone through about half of the box, which there was a lot. I'm going to say we probably had 50 pounds. But I still have about half of that box. I also have some Granny Smith, not a whole lot. So today I need to do something with them so that they don't go bad on me. So I'm going to process them and I am going to make apple pie filling and can that so that I have my Mutsu apple pie filling all year round. So come on, let's get started making my apple pie filling. So I have my giant crockery bowl here. I love this thing. And I'm going to put some fruit fresh in there along with water, because I don't want these darkening while I peel and core and slice all of these apples. So I'm going to put some in here, put the water in, and then start peeling and getting to it. So let me get started. And we'll come back in just a little while. I am about to start canning all of these apples that I cut up, and I'm making apple pie filling. I'm using a recipe out of this Amish canning cookbook for apple pie filling. And it's not difficult, but there are a number of steps, so let's get started. Alright, I've got all my apples cut up and ready to go. Now what I need to do is blanch them. I'm going to put these in boiling water for 1 minute. Then I'm going to drain them and keep them in another pan to keep them hot until we get the rest of it prepared. This is 2 quarts. I need 6 quarts of apples. So I will be doing 3 batches. I have the 6 quarts of apples, and this is actually a steamer pot. So I've got the apples in the strainer on top with the pot on bottom to catch the juices. And I'm just going to set this aside. Now we're going to make the syrup that the apples go in. So what I have here is 5½ cups of sugar. We're going to put this in a really large pot. I have 1½ cups of clear gel, and this is not the instant clear gel. This is the cooked kind. So I'm going to add that in. And it's a modified food starch, so it is safe for canning. The problem with using cornstarch or flour, it separates, and it doesn't look pretty in your jars. It's not considered safe canning, so I like the clear gel because I like it just is a pretty filling in the jar. Alright, so now I've got a tablespoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of nutmeg. This is freshly ground nutmeg, because that's what I like. We're just going to combine those. Try not to breathe the dust that it stirs up. Now, I have a total of 7½ cups of apple juice, and I used some apple cider because I didn't quite have enough. You can use 5 cups of apple juice and 2½ of cold water, but I decided I want more of the apple taste. So now I'm gonna add that in. get this all mixed in, and I'm going to cook this over medium heat. Medium high heat maybe. Stirring it constantly. And we're going to do that until it thickens. So let me go over to the stove and get stirring this. To combine that well, we're just going to stir it constantly until it starts to thicken. All right, this is really starting to thicken. And I am going to add 3/4 cup of lemon juice, and this is bottled lemon juice. And this is bubbling now, so we want to boil this for 1 minute. Stirring constantly. And be very careful, you don't want this to bubble up on you. All right, I'm going to turn the heat off. And we are going to fold in the apples. This is beautiful. All right, we're gonna get this in our jars. I've got my hot jars, and I'm gonna start filling these. It's supposed to make 7 quarts, so we'll see how it does. Now we want to fill this to 1-inch headspace. That apple doesn't want to come out. And we're right at 1 inch. Now we want to debubble. Make sure that there's no air pockets. Now I have vinegar here, and I'm going to clean this really well because it's going to be sticky, and you don't want to leave anything on there that might cause the seal to fail. Get my lid. Finger tight. Don't over tighten. And this is going to go in the canner. Isn't that pretty? What I love about this filling is you just get your pie crust ready, and the filling's made. You just pour it into the pie crust. And I already see an air pocket, but I'm gonna now debubble. You don't want to poke down through the middle too much because you're going to stab your apple slices, although you probably wouldn't be able to tell on a crust. But if you press it in, you're going to get the air bubbles out. And this is a messy job. So we're going to clean the rim. Put our lid and ring and into the canner. So I'm going to finish filling my jars, and then we will come back when they're all filled. All right, this is my 7th quart, and it's just a little light, and mostly it's the sauce. So I just blanched a few more apples, and I'm going to add them to that jar. And that brought me up to the 7 quarts. Now I'm going to process these 35 minutes in a boiling water bath canner for my altitude. At sea level, I believe it's 25 minutes. So we'll come back when they're out of the canner. These came out beautiful, but I would leave more headspace. If you can see, they came all the way to the top, and there was a little bit of loss from them. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe and share, and hit the little notification bell. God bless, and we'll talk again soon.